But I owe it all to you, my little bird, my little bird, my little bird, little bird, you're my little bird. So basically, you just get to see what I do for work when there's no one in the office, which would be right now. I had a line earlier today. There actually wasn't, it was like 5 people, which isn't big, but it was more than there's usually. So it was kind of stressful. But now I'm clearing the card for Thursday's races while listening to Ed Sheeran, because Ed Sheeran is amazing and such love. But oh look, Aaron Shorter. No wait, yeah, he's got a license. Never mind. Damn, Daryl Shorter does not have a license. That's right. So he needs to get his license. But yeah, the card for Thursday's races. I go through and I check and make sure that the owners, the trainers, and the jockeys have licenses. And when they don't, I try and fix it. Sometimes I can't fix it because sometimes they don't want me to fix it. And then I scratch the horse. And then they get mad at me. But this is so much fun, you have no idea. A lot of these owners I already know have licenses because I've checked them before. But then there are others like Randy Klopp. I have no idea. Hey look, he's a license. Maybe you're lovable, maybe you're my snowflake, and your eyes turn green. Okay, so I'm gonna clear the card earlier. I have 2 races left to clear. And it's really not a whole lot. 7 horses in this one and 8 horses in this one. It's the 77th running of the Louisville Handicap. It's pretty impressive, I guess. We just had the 140th running of the Derby. Why not the 77th of the Louisville Handicap? I don't find out anything about any of these races. Except distance. Like, the Louisville Handicap is 1.5 miles on the turf. And the Derby is 1 3/4 miles on the dirt. It's the second longest of the 3, that's all I know. I actually had someone ask me today if I thought California Chrome was going to win the Belmont, and I was like, no. Just no. There's no. It's just not going to. This is pointless, because I'm not necessarily bored. It's been rather busy today, like, unusually busy. I owe somebody $10 because I couldn't make change for them, and I can't leave to go get change at the track kitchen. So I owe her change. Her name is on my wall, and I have the $10 in my drawer. Either way, it's been unusually busy. I've tried to start this video like 7 times now. I'm not entirely sure how to start this conversation. That's not really a conversation. So I received a phone call last night from my recruiter. Not the best phone call. I was kind of expecting it. My process into enlistment has been put off for, I'd say, at least 3 months. Maybe longer. No more than 6, I hope. Definitely not a year because I'm nearing that golden age of 27. But I feel like this is a touchy subject to talk about when it comes to enlisting into the military, and no one ever really talks about it. But it needs to be one of those things that you need to think about when you're doing this. And I'm not talking about like your family or your friends or your future, because you've probably already thought of all of those things. I'm talking about like your financial standings. Now, when you are enlisting straight out of high school or after a 2-year degree or whatever, you're probably not in a whole lot of debt. You might have, like, if you've got a 2-year degree, you might have some school debt. But you can probably get a waiver for it, especially if you've been keeping up on your payments and whatnot. But if you're like me, 26 years old, you've got school debt, you've got medical bills, you've got other debts like credit cards and cell phones, and I just recently bought a car, so I have car payments. It's not so much a debt because I am making those payments, and I have my insurance, and I'm making those payments, and it's not really a debt, but it's still, it all adds up. Money's a big thing in your life, whether you like it or not. So you should, if you're thinking of enlisting, no matter how old you are, pay very close attention to what you owe, how much you owe, and making sure it's all current or whatnot. Like, I have debt, admittedly. Probably worse than it should be, because I was a stupid teenager and I thought, oh, I'll get to it when I can get to it. Well, no, you won't get to it when you can get to it. You'll never get to it. You get to it then and there and take care of it. It is the most important thing to stay on top of stuff like that. Because now that I'm 26 and having to basically live with the fact that I put off all this debt because I was too young and stupid to take care of it when I could. I was thinking, oh, no, I'd rather go out to the movies, or I'd rather go to this concert. And, no. Pay it off. Get rid of it. So now I'm having to deal with it. It's basically put a halt on my process for enlisting into the Air Force, which I kind of expected. Honestly, I didn't expect to get over this whole medical issue, so I didn't ever think I'd need to address it. But I'm glad that I'm glad this is being addressed now. I'm actually really kind of not excited. I'm happy that this disqualifier is based on my financial standing, and that's completely and totally controlled by me. I mean, I feel like shit for it. Like, it sucks. But the fact that I control it, and the fact that I can make it better, and it's all on me, and me getting in now is dependent upon me fixing this, that makes me feel better. I have control over this situation. I didn't have control over the medical situation, no matter how hard I tried. Like, had I been able to, I probably would have stormed into the Surgeon General's office last time and been like, look, you need to pay attention to this. But you can't really do that. So I had no control over that. I have complete and total control over this. You have complete and total control over this. Make sure your ducks are in a row. Because you don't want that to be the reason that you can't achieve whatever dream you have of being a pilot or a mechanic or special or security forces, MP, even hell, pararescuer or SEAL or whatever. You don't want the fact that you were a stupid teenager and decided not to pay your phone bill, or decided not to pay the credit card that that you got without your mom's permission or whatever, just because you were young and stupid and figured, oh, I'll get to it later. Because you probably won't, if I'm being completely honest. That's just the way it is. So, that's where I stand right now. Today, after I get off work, because I'm at the illustrious Churchill Downs, today after I get off work, I will be going home and going over who I owe, and what I can do to get these payments on track. Getting them where they need to be so that I can go back into the recruiting office and throw down a stack of papers on Griffith's desk and be like, there it is. Get me in. So yeah, that's about it. So I just discovered this cool trick. If I lean over here, my hair gets super red. I lean over here, it gets super nasty. And that was my text. Look, it's super red, super nasty. Oh, the little things. So, along with trying to get my finances together and stuff and making all these cutbacks, like becoming a hermit and all this crap and not having a social life or friends, and it's gonna suck, I'm also quitting smoking. I know none of you know that I probably smoke, except for those of you who know me, but I do. Or did. I do, actually, so I still have some left. Started January. Oh, look, phone's ringing. Claims clerks. You all won't know this, but it's the little things like that phone call, and the reasons why I kind of started smoking. Not so much here because it's not as stressful, but I used to work at a car dealership. And I don't know if you've ever worked at a car dealership before, but it's super stressful because everybody is like, get this done, get this done, get this done, get this done, and they just don't understand what goes into it. Like, I took pictures of cars for the website. Oh, my shirt was straight. But I took pictures of cars for the website, and like, I went in with 200 plus, it was between two dealerships. I had 200 plus new cars without licenses, and at least 100 used cars between the two dealerships without pictures, and the used car inventory changes daily. Like, cars sell, cars come in. Like, it's just constantly moving. I told them it'd take me 3 months to get all caught up with everything. All of them photographed. Not counting the new cars that were en route, obviously, because I can't take pictures of cars that are on the road. But It took me a month and a half to get the used car inventory clean and clear and everybody caught up except for the ones that were in service or ones that were going to auction or whatever, but until I started smoking. So really there hasn't been a point to this entire video. Well, there was a point. The point was the financial stuff with the Air Force and joining and enlisting and whatever. But the rest of it, there really wasn't a point to. It was just little random things that I filmed throughout the day, in between people coming in, which was a lot. Not really a lot, but more than usual, because normally I would just sit here and do a straight video. But I felt like editing some things today, and trying my hand at some of that since I haven't done it in years. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed my random day of May 22nd, 2014 at Churchill Downs. Please check in again later.